Hi there teammate, welcome back to another Rogue Company video. In this video we're going to be going over the top 10, in my opinion, best weapons in this game. Now, quick little disclaimer, some of these damage values may change over time. These are my personal opinions, but have also been slightly influenced by Reddit. I currently have no way of testing all of the guns in depth, so all the damage numbers again have been taken from the game. This is mainly because I can't test the headshot multiplier accurately, but it is pretty much a 1.5 all round. Once we have a training ground, hopefully I'll be able to test that better. So, starting off at number 10 is the Spitfire. Now, the Spitfire is a automatic pistol SMG. Starts at a base mag of 15, but can be upgraded to 20. And with damage values, you're looking at between sort of 7 to 8 shots, depending if they have body armor or not. Now, this may seem a bit controversial, but the reason I've put the Spitfire at number 10 in the whole game as being one of the best is purely because of how good it is early round. So, if you're on round 1 or even round 2, you have got such an advantage by using an automatic weapon compared to other people who may not be as accurate, may be firing single shot weapons and will have to reload, try and get more shots on you, and if, like I say, if they're not accurately hitting you, you are going to dominate, and you do dominate. I pull this weapon out as a secondary a lot as well. If my main weapon is out of ammo or has the need to reload, I whip this out, finish that kill. It's an excellent choice early game, and I've even used this a few times to sort of round 3, even 4, if maybe there's some important perks I need. So yeah, very good option. Moving on from there, number 9, and this is going to be a controversial one because it's the Mamba. Now, this is the burst assault rifle. Putting it at number 9, a lot of you are going to be thinking, oh, why don't you like it? What's the issue with it? There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I think, me and my play style, I always seem to get too many hit markers. I've tried long range, mid range, close range. Nothing I do seems to work when I'm using this. I just feel like I'm throwing peas at people. But on Reddit, a lot of you said that this was one of your favourite guns, and so I thought, you know what, I'd include it in here purely for that reason. Moving on from there, now we're getting into some really good weapons here. It's the LMP-X, which is Talon's SMG. This thing is incredible. Now, to put into perspective, how good is it? Well, it is still only a 7 to 8 shot kill. However, it has such a good fire rate and just no recoil. Like, oh, this is just a laser. I'm not saying you're going to be able to long range people with it, but for poke damage especially, this thing is phenomenal. And once you upgrade it to the 40 round mag, you can spray and pray all day. It's got great hip fire accuracy. The only thing that lets it down is the low damage. It does feel, again, a little bit underwhelming at times. You will get beaten by a lot of other weapons, but if you need a consistent enough gun that if you're hitting shots is going to do plenty of damage and no recoil, then this is definitely the one for you. On from there is the Nightshade. Now, the Nightshade is these or Vise, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it's her assault rifle, and basically it's almost like the LMP. It's got a high fire rate. It's a 7 to 8 shot kill. The exact same. But, for me, this gets the cake. This goes one above just because something about it just feels a little bit punchier. Now, I can't directly compare the fire rates. And the Nightshade does have slightly higher recoil. Not a ton. But for me, using this, it just feels a little bit more consistent to me. I'm not sure if that's just like a placebo effect because I prefer her as a character or not. I'm not sure, but to me, it feels more consistent. And a lot of you, again, said that she was one of your favourites, and also this weapon was one of your favourites. So, there it is. Now, on from there is my personal, I think, second favourite gun on the game. It's the MLX Mark IV, and this is Saint's assault rifle, the one with the scope on it. Now, as far as I'm aware, it's a 5 to 7 shot kill. That's based on the stats within game, and that is pretty incredible because it's not the fastest firing thing, but if you're hitting a couple of headshots in there, you are going to be putting people down, and it is great at long range, and the hip fire is, honestly, it's one of the best in the game. The way I use this is I run around and scope in around corners, try and get them headshots, but then as soon as I start getting rushed by a Ronin, for example, I just stop aiming, I just start shooting and hope for the best, and 99% of the time it absolutely works. If you haven't tried this, or if you're maybe having an issue with this weapon because you do go into first person when you're aiming with it, which can be a bit weird for this game, honestly, give it time, it will grow on you. Moving in at number 5, so halfway through the list, has got to be the MLX MAW, which is the LMG. As far as I'm aware, it's the only LMG in the game. Now, on my notes, I've quite literally just put, has loads of bullets, and that's true. That is exactly why this gun is so good. And again, this is one on Reddit that people absolutely loved, and this is, for me, my favourite gun on the game. You pick anvil, you set up a shield, and you start shooting, and you don't stop shooting. You just laser. If someone pokes their head around the corner, you start shooting, even just for suppressing fire. Because all that's going to happen is that I'm going to stay behind cover and have to wait 10 seconds for you to run out of ammo, or they're going to come poking out and you're just going to absolutely melt them. My brother has even adopted the playstyle of just simply aiming in one direction and shooting until he runs out of ammo, and it works pretty well for him, surprisingly. Trust me, if you're sleeping on it, I mean, if you're getting anvil and you're taking a shotgun instead, there is something wrong with you. That's all I'm going to say. All you need for this is to upgrade to the 90 round mag, I guess it'd be a mag, and you just shoot and shoot and shoot and then shoot some more. It's excellent. Okay, on from there, in the number 4 spot is the SLC. This is used by Ronin and Scorch, I believe, and this is the SMG. Now, this is very similar to the LMPX, however, this is a heck of a lot more consistent, if a little bit less in terms of damage. So, it's incredibly fast firing, 30 round mag, and it's 9 to 11 shots to kill. Now, hearing that, it's like 9 to 11 shots. That's a bit crazy, but with how quick this gun fires, especially with Scorch. Now, Ronin, excellent with this gun, but if you can pick Scorch and you use her fire with this, you melt people at such a ridiculous speed, it doesn't seem fair. It's not viable at long range or even medium range at times if you can't control the recoil, but at close range this is an absolute monster that you need to be using if you are Scorch. Like, for Scorch, there is no other thing you want to be concentrating on other than upgrading this, getting some fire on it, simple as. Right, now the top 3. These might be a little controversial. I know maybe this one might be, but number 3 is the LR15 full body sniper. Now, this does 80 body damage, and I'm awful with this weapon. I won't lie to you, I hit headshots maybe 1 in 5 shots. I'm terrible. But I have seen people, and they almost always seem to be on the enemy team, drop in 16, 17, 18 kills with this, who you poke your head around the corner for half a second and boom, that's it, it's gone. And they, you know, they're wiping your team, and that is why I can appreciate this. When it's good, it's really good. It's even viable if you're hitting them body shots and are able to turn to your pistol quickly and two-tap people. It can be really good, but if you're able to hit headshots consistently, if you have better aim than me, you are going to dominate with this. I guarantee it. Right, moving in at number 2. And these next two I'm pretty sure people will be fairly obvious to, but it's the KA-30. And this is the assault rifle that has a 30 round mag and the faster firing one. This is easily the most all-round gun in the game. Good fire rate, good magazine, good damage, good range, good hip fire. Everything about it is kind of at 7 out of 10. But you put that all together in one weapon and all of a sudden this thing just absolutely dominates. If you've got someone at distance, boom, they're gone. if you've got someone close range, apart from if they're maybe using a shotgun to get a lucky shot, boom, they're gone. As long as your positioning's good, this thing can absolutely do bits for you. And it's on some great characters as well. I believe Ronin's got this, Dima's got this, and it works so well with their playstyle, so I highly guarantee using this. Now, before the number one spot, I do want to give my one honourable mention, and this is straight off Reddit. I've never used this gun personally. Shotguns are not my thing in this game, but a lot of people said that the Striker 8x10 automatic shotgun that Lance uses is apparently pretty good. Apparently, mixed with her movement abilities, just running around and spraying with this is pretty fantastic. So, I'll take everyone else's word for that. I can't test it myself. I haven't got her, but, you know, people reckon it's good. So, if you've unlocked her, you'll have to let me know in the comments. And moving in at number one, which is, for me, by far the best gun in the game. Unfortunately, the footage I got was awful. The first game on this morning, I just couldn't seem to hit anything. But it is the HRM 30KS. And this is used by Trench and, most importantly, Dallas. So, not many people use Trench, but a lot of people use Dallas. And you often see Dallas on the other team absolutely dominating. Now, this gun does 24 body damage. And by my calculation, that makes it a 5 to 6 shot kill, which doesn't seem too crazy. You know, it's got a pretty low sort of fire rate, and there's only 20 bullets in a mag. So what makes it so good? This gun can genuinely take on snipers. I have poked my head out, and if their enemy sniper is maybe not as good, but not able to hit them headshots, I confidently stand there and just laser people down. It is an excellent long range weapon, and if you're using Dallas, this mixed with that early ping and reveal of the enemies, you can absolutely do bits. They come round the corner, they have no chance. You hit a couple of headshots in there, they are gone, like 2 to 3 bullets. It is fantastic, and if you haven't used this yet, use it. Even on Trench. Now, Trench isn't my favourite he has, or is getting a couple of buffs, but even on Trench, absolutely fantastic. And the people at Reddit, they came out and they said this one, and it was by far the most upvoted comment, and I agree. I can see absolutely why this is the best. It might not be my personal favourite, but I can see why this dominates more than any other gun. And that is my list, guys. I know maybe some of the gameplay in here wasn't the greatest. Some was recorded pretty early this morning when I hadn't even had a warm-up yet, so bear that in mind. But let me know in the comments what your favourite weapons are. Maybe it's something I haven't mentioned that you think is absolutely slept on or not. And yeah, feel free to subscribe, stay safe, I'll see you guys next time.